Hi, hello, and welcome to our channel Doorbell Ding Dong. In this episode, we will explain what is RCSA and how one should perform RCSA. Firstly, RCSA expands to Risk and Control Self-Assessment, which means this is a kind of an activity that a process owner have to do in order to detect a so-called ineffectiveness in the process. So, what is RCSA actually? RCSA is a process of performing risk assessment to capture all the risk inherited from the process and to detect ineffective controls that leads to have a residual risk in the process, which means any risk that naturally associated in the process will be identified with the help of RCSA, and of course this will be helping a process owner to stabilize the controls that they may feel ineffective, and that leads to opportunity to have a residual risk in the process. If you notice that we have commented something called inherent and residual risk, so we need to understand what is inherent risk and residual risk in order to do the RCSA effectively. So, what is meant by inherent risk? Any risk that comes along with the process, it may be due to the process complexity or for any other reasons, are considered to be an inherent risk. Then what is meant by residual risk? Any risk that comes after a control implemented to reduce the impact or to prevent risks that are inherited from the process are known to be the residual risk. The residual risk is slightly considered to be danger when compared with inherent risk. It's because the process owner will be confident about their process because for the control that they have implemented for themselves, it's actually create a false confidence within the process that the process owner doing on day in and day out, which contribute a potential impact to the business at the end of the day if it is not correctly assessed by any type of the risk assessment methodology. So now let's see how to perform RCSA in any projects. For example, when we have a so-called projects, we need to understand what are the high value tasks that we are performing on a day in day out that have a very huge impact on our business. Which means we need to understand, we need to have a best interpretation in our process to identify the key activities, which means we need to capture all the key activities in our projects. Once you have captured all the key activities, now it is time for us to capture all the existing control information as a part of this RCSA activity. Once we capture all the control information that we have for our projects or for the project related activities, it's actually time for us to assess the design efficiency and the operative effectiveness of the control to see whether the control that we have so long it's effective or ineffective. Once we have captured all the control information, we need to understand whether we have any more risk associated in our process even after we have the controls implemented to prevent those. So now we have captured both the inherent and the residual risk information along with the control we have for our projects. Now we need to assign the action owner to all those, the high and medium, the risk that we have identified using this RCSA framework. Just to give you an insights, when I say the RCSA is already performed, the RCSA, the framework or the template can be very dynamic. It can be vary from project to project. The only thing is we need to make sure all the mandatory informations are getting captured as a part of the template that we have created for RCSA. RCSA template can have the following information. You can have process information, activity information, and the description of the activity, which means the key focus areas. And of course, we can have three different the values for residual and inherent risk, like likelihood, impact, the overall risk. And this can have a 3x3 or 5x5 matrix. And also you can have some fields to capture the control information, like what type of controls that we have implemented for our project. It can be automatic, semi-automatic, or manual. And also you can have some, the heat map to project the graphical interpretation of how many residual and inherent risk that we have captured as a part of this RCSA. And of course, when we talk about RCSA, we need to talk about the RCSA frequency as well. The frequency can be very adaptive. It depends upon the project nature. It can be quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. You can increase the frequency as and when you feel that the project stabilization should be carried out for some reason. It can be because of an audit, or it's because of a new process or new controls that has been added to the project. It depends upon the process owner decision at the end of the day. Now we come to an end of this episode, and we hope that we have shared some valuable information with regard to RCSA. And if you feel so, please like our video, and of course you can share it with your friends, and do subscribe to our channel to see different videos on the different topics. Until then, we are signing off, and please take care and have a nice day. Bye.